I just want to sit back and enjoy how much better Dying Light 2 looks than every other game that came out this year. I mean, seriously, what a disappointing year it was in gaming. I mean, just look at how pathetic this Game of the Year voting lineup is. You don't think of a Game of the Year game of any of these games, let's be honest. I would even argue Cyberpunk was better than these games. Of course, you had all the bugs and everything, so it was pretty much unplayable on certain platforms. So you can't really give it Game of the Year at all. I mean, I am a bit of a hypocrite here because I didn't play any of these games for good reason, because none of them were really that interesting. I did consider Resident Evil Village, but not really the type of game for me personally. Dying Light 2, if it would have released this year, I mean, would have really been Game of the Year. I don't think it would have made it into the voting in time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It would have went into 2022 anyway. But still, just to think about that, how pathetic of a year this has been. When I think of a game that's going to win Game of the Year, I think of RDR2. I think of God of War. Games like that, I mean, where the hell were those games at this year? But then again, maybe this was just a little stutter. You know, next year we have God of War Ragnarok, I'm pretty sure next year that's coming. We have Dying Light 2, of course. And then the other one I'm looking forward to right now is Elden Ring. And I remember even more coming next year. Those are just the three that come to mind. Now you're probably wondering, how does this relate at all to Dying Light 2? Of course that part doesn't, but getting back on track there, I think we just need to take a breather on the channel here to really appreciate how good this game is going to be, or at least it's shaping up to be a pretty good game from what we see. So I'm just going to enjoy Dying Light 2 while I watch these crappy games compete for Game of the Year. Don't worry, we're going to be going in here on Dying Light 2 in the next week probably. Going to be bringing up some old concerns that still have not been addressed, such as last gen gameplay, stuff like that. You know, they said we're getting last gen gameplay soon. That still hasn't come, and the pre-orders have been out for months now. I think it's ridiculous. But we'll get into that in a whole separate video, of course. We've already covered some of the main problems like the floaty parkour in the last video. If you want to see that, it's literally my last video. We've talked about the health bars. I don't think it's a huge deal. We've talked about the leveling system. I'm still not a huge fan of. People have pointed out that it's pretty much the same as Dying Light 1, even though it just displays it now in Dying Light 2. I understand that. I still just think, though, the focus on the leveling is not a step forward. I would rather see a lot more emphasis on different enemy strengths and weaknesses, instead of, like I said before, a certain biter in one area being stronger than another area. I'm also going to be releasing a video probably within the next couple of days about scrapped features in Dying Light 2. This is a very big concern of mine. It seems like a lot of the faction details, wildcard factions, the scavengers seem to be watered down, turned into the survivors, of course, which we'll talk about that, get into more depth there. But yeah, there seems to be a lot of watered down features, which I am not a fan of course. That's about all I have to say, to be honest. I kind of wanted to make a video on the Game of the Year situation, on how bad these games are. Well, not bad, but just not Game of the Year worthy. So I just pretty much combined it with a Dying Light 2 video, because why not? I know if I put Dying Light 2 in the title, it's going to get more views anyway, so why not do it that way? And like I said, take a quick breather from the meat grinder I've been going in on Dying Light 2 with some of the features, even though as a whole the game is going to be a lot better than anything we've seen in the past year almost, in my opinion, of course. So yeah, that's going to be it. 69-day challenge is going not smooth. I'm tired. I just need to make it through to the weekend so I can get some sleep and possibly replenish and keep this thing going. But right now I am definitely tired, but we'll keep pushing through. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more videos in the coming days and weeks and months.